In a previous episode, we've spent 100 days in Minecraft Hardcore 1-block skyblock. That was super fun, and we made some pretty amazing builds. But today, we're gonna try something new. People tend to call it the lucky block. If you ask me though, I'd call it the cursed block. Sometimes you get good loot, sometimes friends pop up, sometimes foes, but most of the time, it's pain. It's mostly pain. You know what, I'm just gonna jump. I'm a man with a plan though, and I've got a whole build prepared for this episode. Things are gonna be almost 3 times as large as my skyblock build. Join me as we navigate our way through the trials and tribulations of 100 days Minecraft Hardcore Lucky Block 1-block skyblock. That's a whole lot of blocks. Before we move on, one last goodbye to our previous world. The buffs from these beacons, they've gotta go for now. We're also gonna stash all our armor and gear and elytra, gonna touch the skyblock for one last time, and finally, we're over yonder, right here, on day 1. Gotta say, that's a pretty good sunrise. Starting fresh, starting... What? Wait, that ain't so lucky. Okay, I gotta get out. Being trapped inside a water-filled cage of obsidian ain't anything lucky about that. Running out of breath. You know what? I'm screwed. I mean, things could be worse. Things could be worse. Day 1, attempt number 2. And boy, was I right. Oh, no! My diamond sword. Aha, not bad. Diamond boots, day 1. Well, I guess we're getting a little bit more lucky now. Bob. Mother f***. Day 1, attempt number 3. You know what? I decided to just rename this to Cursed Block 1-block. That's a lot more appropriate. Don't press the red button. Don't... You know what? I gotta press it. This thing is gonna explode and kill me. I just know it. I just know it. I came to the conclusion that whatever you think this block's gonna do, expect the exact opposite. As soon as I thought that my luck was changing for the better, I got trapped in a cage with no iron pickaxe and no way out. But hey, things will get better. I mean, they will, right? On my 5th attempt, I finally got a platform going, and then this guy popped up. A baby version of me. Kinda creepy if you ask me. And if that wasn't weird enough, a pig on top of a pig on top of a pig on top of a pig. And way up top is a villager riding the stack of pigs. And then it happened. Well, there's your problem. The lucky block permanently turned into bedrock. Nothing I could do except jump into oblivion and restart the world once again. I know it. This run is... I was gonna say it's gonna work out, but well, it's just such a tough map. And we're now all the way through the 11th attempt. I got a diamond block, which is great if I had something to mine it with. But without proper tools, the only thing this block is doing to me is hurting my fists. And surely enough, this lucky block has a pretty cruel sense of humor. If I complain about diamonds, it's now time to grind my fists on this iron. Oh, the irony. At least I'm alive and well. I even got a cake and an enchanted golden apple just in case. I got a pretty lucky break here. Look at that. Imagine if I had a platform surrounding me. I'd be dead. And here I was swinging my sword into the darkness because I really couldn't see anything. And I looked totally stupid there. We made it into the night, and I finally had enough blocks to make myself a little platform. And would you look at that? The sunrise. It's officially day 2. We've never gone... Oh, spoke too soon, spoke too soon. Luckily though, we survived that ordeal. And then, another one of those giant lucky blocks popped up. I don't want to press a button. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. You know what? Let's do it. I quickly ran to the edge of my platform in case something nasty pops up. Anxiously, I waited. Well, there goes them diamonds. And there goes the platform as well. I had to redo the platform all over again. I used whatever blocks I had. Once again, the lucky block blessed me with a useless block of diamond. I'm sure something useful will pop up pretty soon though. Things have gotten me feeling pretty sheepy right now. And there they go. There they go. Oh, 2 of them left. Smells like food. And surely enough, more food popped up. Naturally, I'm not referring to that human on top. Let's chop these porkies. I decided to leave that one porky alive. You don't see a villager riding porks that often, so you know what? Let's keep this one. One of the perks of the lucky block is you get tons of enchants. Tons of them. And tons of these. Lucky for me, the witch didn't have a chance to throw his potion. And off you go. Off you go. I had the lucky block drop me some obsidian, which is gonna be super useful for later. Unlike these blocks of TNT. Well, so much for keeping that villager. And I gotta rebuild my platform. On the brink of day 3, Bob popped up again. Oh, Bob. I do hold grudges, Bob. I'd say me and Bob are even Stevens now. I ran out of blocks to rebuild, and this charged creeper popped up. Luckily for me, he was trapped inside the lucky block so I could take him out from a safe distance. I completely ran out of blocks to rebuild the platform, so I used whatever I had, which at the time was iron fences. Unfortunately, not the best platform to use as a lot of things fall through. I did find a nether star, all the wonderful items in Minecraft, but not a single piece of wood, nor tools, nor dirt, nor saplings. At least, I got a water bucket though. I'm pretty sure this thing's gonna be a lifesaver. Irony came swiftly. Oh, that horse is gonna die. Oh well, zombie horse, skeleton horse. Technically, they're not alive. Oh well, back to the cursed lucky block. I placed a block between me and the lucky block to avoid explosions, and then another giant lucky block popped up. This time around, I'm gonna avoid the temptation of pressing that big red button. Instead, I could use all these wool for my base. If we can even call it a base, I guess. I did wonder what was inside. Apparently, it's just a lucky block behind a lever. Not much to it at all. I grabbed as much wool as I could. Although I wanted to mine the quartz, I couldn't. If I did, I would be wasting durability on my golden axe, and I need my golden axe in case I get stuck in one of those cages again. On day 4, I decided to climb down this water and make a little platform for myself, and I gotta tell you, this is pretty scary. One small misstep, or misswim, I guess, and I'm dead. I built myself a little L-shaped platform, enough for me to land on in case something happens up above. I mean, who knows what other surprises might pop out of that thing? Mobs? The Wither? A Warden? Who knows? Who knows? All I know and care about is that I gotta survive day by day, and the journey has only just begun. I'm both eager and frightened to see the spoils and torture that may come out of this block. Alright, bunnies, that ain't bad. Spawn eggs. Interesting. Wonder if there's something useful. Zombified piglet, skeleton, goat, nah. Went back to my chests and I stored the spawn eggs inside them. I found a power 4 enchant book and decided to combine it with my crossbow. Lucky number 11, that's what we're gonna call it. I missed my first few bow shots, as usual, and finally got my achievement Monster Hunter on day 4. And finally some decent company. Cats. Now to be honest, while recording this, I actually do have my cats meowing right behind me. So from here on out, I don't actually have to edit out my cat sounds. I'll just say it's from Minecraft. They do have the added benefit of scaring away phantoms and creepers though, so pretty useful. I got an emerald block which I couldn't really mine yet, and I forgot about that, and stupidly I used my golden pickaxe, which is at a critical durability level. If this thing breaks and I get trapped in a cage, I'm done for. I also had to get a little creative with the way I stored my items. I'm running out of space, so I'm using my droppers and dispenser as storage. This is the kookiest looking base I've had so far. It's day 5 now, and I had the honor of meeting my very first hero villager, who turned his back on me the moment he saw me. I chased the hero villager and checked his trades, and oh my gosh, hero's potion, would you look at that. So many buffs in one potion, this could be the difference between life and death. I decided to trap this villager inside a little cage. As soon as I have diamonds, I'm gonna trade with him. We also got our very first wish. Yeah. That didn't went so well. On the bright side though, they actually come with iron blocks beneath them. This can be super useful. Whoa! 7 hearts in one hit? A bit much. I'm thinking it's time to start gearing up pretty soon. I actually got a lucky sword that dropped for me earlier, so I decided to give it a try. Okay, that's cool. A thunder from every swing? I'll take that, I'll take that. Not on that one. No. No. Oh gosh. I blew up my cats. From that moment on, I did not believe the word lucky. Not anymore. And this sword is going back to the bin. I'm not even sure why I'm even keeping it. Should have just thrown it out. Business as per usual, I rebuilt my platform and I added some more waterfalls here and there. Just in case, you know? I very carefully started mining some more lucky blocks. Surely enough, finally, some more armor. And you know what? They're actually pretty damn good. They both come with a variety of enchants. Both the helmet and the leggings came with all 4 types of protection enchants, which is insane. They're pretty low level though, so I can do better for myself. One step at a time, one step at a time. I got a bunch of diamonds which aren't really useful unless I have some sticks, and I decided to enlarge my platform further. I was gonna move my chests further back, but I procrastinated. Show of hands in the comments section if you're one of them chronic procrastinators like me. Decent inventory stash if you ask me. We got another revenge at Bob, and I got myself trapped in a cage again. This time around, I wasn't fast enough to dig my way out, but I do have some water to cool my butt. But just like me, I'm sure you didn't notice what we almost missed out on. Did you see that? We finally got a sapling, folks. Finally. And 1 second later, that sapling would have been burnt by lava. Lucky us. At this point, I didn't actually notice I had the sapling yet. We got another wishing well, and I just figured out that we can actually throw a coin into it. Oh gosh, your death wish came true. Okay, that's what it meant. There she goes again, the platform. At least my items were safe from that explosion though. And this was the point that I actually realized I had a sapling. Better late than never, they say. I treaded very carefully towards the back of my base. This cat was sitting precariously at the edge. I wanted to save him, but instead... No. I made him fall. And he popped up again. Is that even the same cat? I have no idea how these cat mechanics work. And then I stumbled upon a new type of lucky block. This one's pretty unique. One's lucky and one's not, so it's kind of a guessing game. I guess I got the lucky one. At least nothing bad happened. On top of that, I also got some dirt, which is pretty good, of course. Pretty soon, I can mine those iron blocks. No, stop falling down. Oh well. Back to the one lucky and one not so lucky block, so I decided to just ignore that block. And to give myself a clear reminder, I placed a sign. Screw this block. Screw this block. But then I realized there was 3 types of luck, man. There's you got your lucky, you got not so lucky, you got neutral lucky, and then you get this. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. We gotta catch that water. We gotta get... Oh man. That was close. Indeed, that was a bit too close for my liking. So I swam back up and realized that my entire inventory has been destroyed. Everything's gone. Everything's gone. Except for that one thing. My sapling. But hey, that sapling is the key to our future. And look at dumb old me. I still placed my chests where they were before. At this point, anyone with half a brain would have moved the chests further back. But not me, not me. Only got a quarter of it. We found one of these bouncy castle thingies, which will be pretty useful for climbing into tough to reach spots. It was at this point that I realized, you know what, I should really be moving my chests further back. So I moved them next to my tree. At least this should be safe enough from TNT range. I also built a platform using the slime blocks. I'm gonna use this as my very first farm. We need to start farming for some food. I believe I only had a grand total of 4 dirt blocks at this point. So we'll just use what we have first. Made myself infinite water, and will probably be scattering that across our base. Speaking of limited dirt, I actually found gravel. This is gonna be pretty useful. I did screw myself over it, but I'll elaborate on that a bit later. On day 9, I finally had good luck with one of those wishing wells. Usually it's just TNT. I actually got some diamonds, lapis lazuli, emeralds. That was pretty cool. And then it finally happened, as I was checking back on my inventory, and that's when it finally happened. It finally grew. Finally, folks. Day 9. A tree. A tree on day 9. I avoided the same mistake I did in skyblock when I used shears on the leaves, which meant that I didn't get any of the saplings. Well, you learn something new every day. And finally, I obtained my very first blocks of wood. Or logs, rather. Finally. You know what that means? We can finally make ourselves our very first crafting tables. Oh my word. Oh my word. Day 9. Day 9. Crafting table. Who would think it would take 180 minutes to make your first crafting table? Very first planks, and I already have some wool. You know what? I very much deserve my very first night in a comfy bed. In this stormy night. Who cares? I just want to lay down and rest. You know what? I actually feel like lying down and rest right now. I got work tomorrow, but, well, tomorrow's Friday, and I really want to post. So, yeah. Not sleeping in Minecraft, not sleeping in real life. Sounds good to me. But hey, progress is progress, whether it be in real life, or in Minecraft, or in the world of YouTube. Back to the Minecraft and YouTube grind and work grind, all at once. We made use of the new dirt blocks that we had, and we planted some more seeds on them. Carrots and potatoes. That's our diet for now. And now for the most important thing that we're gonna craft. Sticks and diamonds. We're skipping the tiers, straight to a diamond pickaxe. Oh boy. Goodbye, golden tools. Remember those iron blocks that popped beneath the fountain? It's time to go grab them. It's gonna be kind of tricky placing these blocks in the right spot just to make sure that we can stand on them to mine the iron blocks. Whoops. Mistakes were made. We'll give that another shot. Oh, I just realized there's a beacon up there. That's pretty cool. Actually get your very own beacon, but you know what? I don't need the beacon for now. I need the iron blocks more than anything else. Oh, and it's also our very first stone. Wow. Stone block on day 9. Yup, iron. We can finally craft a lot of stuff with this. Went back up, and I decided to skip my nights. And you know what? I never really realized this before, but cats sleep with you in Minecraft? That is super cute. I love that. That's literally me every night. Me and my cat. And my wife. I only mentioned my wife there so I don't sound like a sad bloke. Anyway, back to business. That diamond block has been hanging up there for ages. And by the way, these clouds look awesome on these shaders. Love them. And then something pretty creepy happened. Oh man, are these the zombies again? I can't see. I literally can't see anything. I'm just gonna climb up my blocks. I'm gonna climb up. Don't hear any zombies though. I genuinely felt like I got pranked right there. Now that I rewatched the video, I think I heard guardian sounds and saw guardian particles, so that must have been it. Got a few more dirt blocks right there, and well, here goes building the platform for the 78th time. Yeah, I'll be honest with you here. I started getting really frustrated with rebuilding the particles, so I decided to just spam these blocks without anything. That did not go so well. Thank goodness for the waterfall, saving me once again. Odd thing about this water though is there's nothing on top, so I had to jump across to the other waterfall. Climbed all the way back up. I started to think it's time to strategize a bit here. I found myself a chest with a variety of logs. I'd love to have those saplings though. Jungle, mangroves, birch, man, would be sweet, but I guess I'll just have to wait. My second tree finally grew, and to my surprise, a creeper popped out of nowhere. Oh noes, oh noes, oh noes, do not kill my trees. Do not kill my trees. Is it coming for me? Nah, maybe no sword, maybe no sword. You know what? Bow time. Is it dead? Is it dead? I think it's dead. It was probably dead on the second shot, I just wasn't too sure. Better safe than sorry. I enlarged my platform just a little bit more to make sure that the saplings don't fall from the sky. And here's where I did my rookie mistake. I used up all my gravel. For coarse dirt. I should have kept some. I really should have kept some. But more on that later. More on that later. We're progressing fast at this point. We have a grand total of 6 dirt blocks, fully dedicated to tree farming. Got a fountain, didn't even throw a coin. I think one of my oh, that was loud. One of those items accidentally fell in and triggered the event. Luckily I survived though. Some more iron blocks, always welcome. This time around, we got another one of those giant lucky blocks, and we're actually making good use of it. I mined the entirety of its contents, the wool, the terracotta, and the quartz. In fact, I'm going to use this platform to good use. I'm pretty sure you know what I'm going after here. I'm going to make a hole right there, place water on one side, like so, and lava on the other. And it's time to mine away those cobblestones. I spent the entire day, or two, was more like 1.5. But at this point, I had a lot of cobblestone. To avoid creepers, I have to sleep at night here. I don't have enough lighting at my base just yet. You know what? It's time to build a proper base. It's time to build a proper base. And I have this bad habit of wanting to build really big without even having a starter home. I should probably change my habits, but well, easier said than done. Had a few more wishing wells, which is great. Diamonds, lapis, gold, full package. The next one wasn't so great. Another one of those scares, and this time, spiders. One of my phobias. This wasn't too pleasant, to be honest. Wasn't too pleasant. But I'd rather this, rather than having 50 zombies surround me in the dark. I'll take them spiders any day of the week. I guess the thing I hate most about this event is that darkness thing and that slowness effect. You're never sure what's around you. See, one more spider right here. Off you go. It's like waking up from a nightmare and going straight back to bed. Anyway, back to base building. In the previous skyblock episode, and you should totally watch that if you haven't, by the way, we built mostly in cubes, just like this slime block. It was all cubes, rarely any circles. This time around though, I really want to try and build with a circular shape. I gotta say it's kind of satisfying watching these blobs die with the physics mod. I mean, look at that. They're bouncing all around. I found myself a treasure chest with a buried treasure map, which will not be very useful, I think, in this kind of world, so not keeping that one. Paper, though, will be useful. Got myself trapped in a cage again, and apparently a diamond pickaxe is not fast enough to climb out of this cage before the lava hits? Or am I just too slow? I think I'm just too slow. Or maybe I need efficiency 5. That was when I realized you can actually get ancient debris from the lucky block as well. We can actually get full netherite by the end of this episode. Awesome. I don't know their drop rate though. This might be a bit difficult. Found myself another hero villager, and I decided to keep this one. We might want to breed villagers somewhere along the way, so I pulled him back to my base. I haven't even bothered to check his loot yet when I realized this guy has silk touch on his pickaxe. Not only that, he actually has pickaxe on pretty much everything. A silk touch hoe, love them hoes, and a silk touch shovel. This finding is actually monumental. I'll explain why in a bit. Grabbed my diamonds, went back to the hero villager, and I bought my hero's pickaxe. And I also bought my hero's hoe. That sounds pretty wrong. Rent would be a better term. So folks, with silk touch, you can actually grab these lucky blocks. And that means I don't need to blow up my base each and every time. I can finally build something here at some point. Not now, but soon. But what I wanted to figure out was whether or not this hoe can grab the lucky block as well. And apparently, it can. Therefore, I bought myself the silk touch shovel. And I started mining away. I grabbed a truckload of these lucky blocks. Because the plan, folks, is not to mine them over here. We're gonna go somewhere safe, somewhere that's less harmful to our base. Yup, that's the plan. That's the plan. Unfortunately for me though, something went in the way of the grand plan. I had to check my chests one by one for that one missing item. Remember when I said I did a mistake when I was crafting the dirt? Well, here it is, folks. I ran out of gravel. I really needed flint. Just one flint. For my flint and steel so that I could get into the nether. Well, that's unfortunate. For now, let's go stash our lucky blocks in our ender chest. And yes, I did get a few of these before. And regardless of whether or not we have anything to light up our nether portal, we're just gonna go for it. We'll figure out the details later. First things first, let's just do it. Gung-ho, gung-ho. This ain't gonna look pretty, man. Decorating the base is the least of my priorities right now. So I went back to the most reliable source on the internet, TikTok hacks. So apparently they say if you put wood blocks like so, planks here and there, and let the lava burn, once the blocks burn, it can light up the nether portal. Here goes nothing. Apparently, I think I've been scammed. Okay, method number 2. This one wasn't from TikTok, it's just me being desperate. I had flame on my bow, so I tried to light it up using the fire from the arrows. And as you all can see, that worked out pretty great. I tried the plank burning a second time. I laid it out exactly as the guy did it on TikTok. Well, TikTok hacks suck. What can I say? Now, I know I promised I wouldn't touch these quote-unquote lucky bows or lucky swords, but yeah. Here, there goes the nether portal. I did not give up though. Apparently you can add plus 100 stats to the lucky bow. So that means I'm gonna be 100% more lucky, I guess. I gave a literal shot at it and... Oh no, don't fall them. I got this. I got this. I got this. Oh, that was close. Almost fell through the other side. I didn't realize at the time, but I was actually closer to death than I thought I was. Apparently, I was really close to the world floor ceiling, which would have caused instant death. Well, not instant, but you get what I mean. Cobwebs, that's fine. Mobs, that's okay. Conveniently, those spiders were stuck inside the portal. Time for a quick snack since we lost quite a bit of health. And back to trying our luck with the bow. And here's what I mean. Look at where the water ends. You see that? Just a few blocks under, and that's it. I don't even think the water exists there anymore. So I smartened up a bit and actually built a pillar. That way I won't keep getting knocked off. And lo and behold, a charged creeper and fire. I can see the light. It actually lit up, folks. I really did not expect this to happen. We got it. We got it. Day 24 and we're finally in the nether. Oh, how time flies. In here, we can blow up as many lucky blocks as we want without worrying. Wait, why are there 2 nether portals? Who cares? Let's blow up the blocks. Nether cats, lapis lazuli, I can hear some nether chickens there. Grab ourselves a diamond block. And you know what? Let's make that 2. Using these lucky blocks in another just feels so much better, but we did get a little scare here. Massive zombie. What is that? Naturally, I panicked, dug myself a hole just in case, and started shooting it with my lucky bow. To be fair, that zombie's pretty passive though. I'm sort of thinking it's probably not doing anything. Yeah, that was probably a passive mob, but well, I had to be safe. That charged creeper is worrying though. Gotta stay away from that one. But here's something that I was really hoping for. Acacia sapling, finally. And 2, what are the odds? Would have preferred 2 different types of saplings, but I'll take it. I'll take the W. Had a quick snack, and this time I found myself with another hero villager. And the enchant folks, efficiency 5, silk touch, and fortune 2. Personally, it's efficiency 5 that I'm really excited about. That means I can mine my way out of cages faster. Less chance of death. Went deeper into the nether and found myself an overly dramatic ghast. I mean, look at him roll. Oh, and into the lava. That was way too much drama. I needed a lot of lava and I messed up a bit. Noob cam. Lost one of my buckets. Doesn't matter, I have a lot of iron now. I've collected all my lava buckets, but before we get back to base, there's one more thing that I need to do. Gravel. Now that we're in the nether, shouldn't be too hard to find. What I didn't realize when I was digging through though, looked to your left, gravel right there. Noob me, didn't realize it. Instead, I actually went through the trouble of getting my way to that little cove down there. This is going to be useful for a variety of reasons. 1, getting tinder. And 2, for doubling our dirt. My flint and steel? Well, I'll show you why I need it in a bit. Back at base, it's time to grow our newly found acacia saplings. And now, it's time to finally build the base. I added a platform and a second floor. I'm following the plan that I laid out at the intro of this video, block by block. But first, I'd like to build myself a farm. I've never built one of these before. It always gives me just that little bit of anxiety when I'm building something new that I've never done. Hopefully, I don't mess up. I really love building farms, but whenever you mess up just one step and it doesn't work, it's agonizing. And I always end up trying hours on end to get things to work right. And time is not on our side in this episode. Day 28 and I've barely done anything. Although props to me for surviving so far though. I mean, these blocks are crazy. Anyone care to pause the video and make a guess at what I'm making at this point? I went inside and filled up the lava. And this is actually also the first time that I actually realized that you can fill in leaf blocks with water. Okay, part 1, done. Part 2 is building the redstone. Now I'm sure you guys can relate to my pauses in between doing the steps. I am literally watching a YouTube tutorial while doing this. Yep, all those pauses. Making sure the blocks go at the right place. Man, I wish I could figure out these things on my own. Redstone legends like Mambo is probably the reason why I played Minecraft in the first place. His contraptions are just so interesting. But anyway, back on topic. We're done with the build. It's time to give it a try. I even added some notes in case I mess up. Anyway, pull the lever and press the button. Alright, I sure hope this farm works. Sure hope it works. Oh, I'm taking some damage. Yep, it's working. It's working. Oh man, that is satisfying. Let's check the storage system underneath. Oh, listen to that sound. TNT. Oh wow. Oh, would you look at that? Would you look at that? Beautiful. Beautiful but loud as F. To be fair, I enjoyed it at first. This sounds way better than redstone clicks and ticks. Feels like I'm in a nightclub. Check out that production rate though. This is live, just from one chest. That amount of cobblestone will set me up for life. Or at least for the 100 days at this build. In 3/4 of a day, we quite literally almost filled the entirety of this large chest, which is insane. We can't stop there though. We can't stop there. It's time to draw the outlines of our base from that one cursed little lucky block. Now, we have the foundations of our base laid out. What we didn't have though was sufficient lighting on the platforms. That can lead to pretty bad things, especially if a creeper spawns, well, right there and there's a baby zombie that almost knocked me off my platform. Off you go, creeper. Now, it's time to add the lower floors to the outer rings. We've got competition, folks. I want this base to look just as epic, if not more, compared to our skyblock base. We started to add floors on the second tier. I also began drafting a wall, but I would say this one looks pretty terrible. We'll figure it out. Drawing some inspiration from the old base and a little to-do list. So here's what I got. First of all, I gotta fill the floors. Secondly, I need to get more sapling variants. Third, I need to get more iron. I'm running low. I also want to make a super smelter. And to keep things safe, I need to light up the base. I'm gonna decorate everything. And finally, I'm gonna add some irrigation rivers just for decoration. And I'm not sure about the 8th point, but I figured it out. A list of things to farm from the lucky block. I need iron, netherite, extra villagers, some more saplings, and finally, enchants. Hopefully we'll get some more mending books. I don't want to lose any of these awesome pieces of armor. Back to base building. First floor, need to fill that up. It's all cobblestone. Here's something creepy though. Right, so I'm basically wearing a helmet of myself. So that's not actually my head. Honestly, I find that kinda disturbing. Off you go with the head. And here's what I should have done a lot earlier. Should have used that gravel. There we go. Finally, flint. Yay. Could have avoided that mistake if I weren't foolish early on in the game. And now, it's time to make the flint and steel. There we go. There we go. That would have saved me a lot of trouble. In fact, I almost died trying to light up that nether portal. So, we're gonna make a portal to bedrock. Oh, that's pretty cool. I can only be on one side of the dimension. Minor details. Let's get to the nether ceiling. Okay, we're there. All we gotta do is place a piece of stairs, throw an ender pearl, and we're at the nether ceiling. I opened another portal, and it led back to my base. Perfect. Perfect. For some reason, I wanted to reroute that first nether portal to the top one. I used to be really good at this, but I was actually struggling quite a bit. But in the end, got back up, and after we light this one up, we're back at the very first portal. Exactly what I wanted. And now, folks, this is where the real farming begins. A flat and infinite surface. This is going to be perfect for placing our lucky blocks. And the amount of lucky blocks that I'm going to place here is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, look at that. That is a lot of lucky blocks, folks. That is a lot. I found myself some more villagers, and I decided to bring them back. The plan was just to have them walk into these nether portals. I made a new one that is flush level with the ground, but instead, when I peeked outside, I saw something weird. What in the name? There's land here. There's a world out there. That actually looks pretty cool. It's as if the whole world has been sliced. You can see all these little caves, anomalies. It's like the edge of the world. Interesting. Anyway though, I used pistons to push the villager up to the flush level with that other nether portal. This is going to be a lot easier. Then I realized you can't actually take them with the boat. Not an issue though, not an issue. He willingly came back, gave him a little shove, and there he goes, back to our base. For now, I'm gonna trap that villager inside the boat, keep him safe. Later, he's gonna fill up this town. In you go, buddy. And in I go, back to the nether. Time to farm a gazillion more lucky blocks. I got a little glimpse of a zombie apocalypse right here. Had 2 zombies pop up one after the other. I navigated my way through cages of lava, obsidian, and anvils. I'm gonna share with you the most important loot that I found on my lucky block run. That was grueling, by the way. I did lucky blocks from day 39 to 47, but it was worth it. We got a lot of iron blocks, which we'll need for the next part of our build. We got an impossibly good bow. You'll never get this in vanilla. It has both infinity and mending, and it even has power 5. I also figured out an easier way to get out of these water traps. You can place a trapdoor at the opening and just swim your way out. Although I actually did find a better method. More on that later. More on that later. Back to loot spoils, we got some more iron blocks from the fountains. Although I do have an iron golem farm in my skyblock, but I don't think I'll be using it just yet. Maybe after we finish this episode, we get to use the other farms, but not for now. I actually love getting these cages now. It's the only way for me to get glass blocks. Thanks to Silk Touch, of course. I started to floss my trapdoor. That's when I realized I could also use an ender pearl to get out. I got a little complacent and almost died from one of the blocks. I don't have enough blast protection yet to survive that, so I was a bit careful on the next ones. Always gotta place one block to cover that lucky block. You don't want an explosion head on. I found another bow with infinity and mending, but it also had unbreaking 3, making this combined probably the best bow ever. I also got a little low blow from that loot right there. You're wasting your time. I don't believe so though. Pretty sure if I keep trying at this YouTube thing, it'll work out someday. Here's when I realized that you can actually just swim out. Just simply swim out. All you gotta do is hold crouch, go up and forward, and that's it. So apparently these cages aren't that scary. Live and learn, live and learn. Here's something interesting though. check out this armor piece. Protection 3 and 4, the all-important blast protection for all these lucky blocks. Those two pieces of armor were excellent. Some more iron blocks, and finally, a sapling that I was missing. Spruce sapling. I still need a few more saplings though. Farmed a bit more, and I got my very first birch sapling. The only saplings that I'm missing now is dark oak and mangrove. I've got oak, spruce, acacia, and birch. I also figured out a better way to survive these cages, especially the anvil ones. I wish I realized this a lot earlier. All you gotta do is look up and just place a block. That's it. I reckon you can actually do the same thing with the lava traps as well. Well, time to combine the bows. And since it's impossible to get something this good, we're gonna call it Impossible. I know, that's a lame name. Not good at names, not good at names. I definitely spent way too long with the lucky blocks in the nether. Where are your faces? No face? Oh, there we go, there we go. Okay, you folks are gonna get along. No? Seems like you don't like each other. Nothing a few stacks of carrot can't solve though. So this is gonna be the setup for my super smelter. The goal is to get a lot of smooth stone, as well as regular stone. The furnace on top will make regular stone, and the furnace at the bottom will get me the smooth stone as the end result. Alright, let's start building it. We're gonna build 7 furnaces on the right side, and another set of 7 on the left. The left will be for the smooth stone, and the right will be for regular stone. This is my first time building a super smelter, so I'm kinda nervous. I'm hoping it works out fine. I set up the rails already, thinking that I actually got things right. But I think I messed up a little bit here. We got them powered, and it's time to place the minecarts. Now the thing I hate about these redstone builds is the noise that it generates. Those ticks, man. That green stuff back there is a carpet duper. We're gonna use that to fuel our furnaces. I set up the collection system to input the stone into the furnaces, and almost all of those chests are already completely filled, which is insane. Here's where I messed up though. Those rails coming from the input station should be headed to the outer rails here, not the center. So I had to do a quick fix on that. That's not where things went wrong though. I had to do a lot of fixing afterwards. The rails weren't too complicated. We just added some blocks to the side, added some rails, rerouted the middle ones, and there we go. It's now correctly oriented. This was the first try. The farm looks decent, nothing too special, that's why I'm hiding it on the outer rims. Problem was though, only these furnaces were getting lit up. The furnaces on the left, for some reason, weren't getting enough wool to ever get activated. I think I was pushing the wool down to the lower furnaces, but it wasn't getting filled up enough. Or not fast enough at least. I didn't want to wait for too long. Gave it a little thought, and I built a massive wool duper, with a grand total of 9 pistons all duping the wool. I've also quadrupled the amount of minecarts that were sending the wool carpets to the smelters. Hopefully this time around, the farm will work. Let's give it a whirl. All 4 minecarts on the near side are on the move, and it's all lit up. It's all lit up. I sent the minecarts on the opposite side, and hopefully things work fine there too. The bottom layer should also lit up right after the top one finishes smelting the stone. And there we go. What a feeling of relief. Finally. This should fill up all the quota that I need for the infrastructure of my base. Believe me, I'm gonna need a lot of blocks. I had to check on the other side as well. Okay, these ones seem fine. Yipes, one is not lighting up. Ah, that's the problem. Apparently somehow I had a piece of carpet stuck at the top furnace. Removed that, waited for just a minute for the stone up top to be delivered to the furnace below. It was still taking a while, but finally, it's all working fine now. Great stuff, super satisfying. Transitioning back to base building. I'm adding rivers, or sort of an irrigation system at the sides of my base. I'm also adding a tree line at the outer rims. We're gonna remove that farm at the center and place the trees here instead. Gotta add some more irrigation rivers first though. Wearing Frostwalker boots during this process was a little bit annoying, but well, don't really have a choice. That's the best boots that I got right now. Okay, second river done. 2 to go. I was still pondering how to make my walls look good. There's just a few pieces of detail that I feel are still missing. This was my first design, and I gotta say I'm not really proud of it. It looks hella ugly. Too many grid lines from the smooth stones. we're definitely gonna need an alternative design. By the way, if you haven't noticed yet, I'm using this super cool mod, which lets you place slabs vertically. Kinda cool. This was my second design. I decided to use a wider variety of blocks and added some more layers. Cobblestone blocks seem to work a lot better than the smooth stone. I added some stairs on the front of the build, 2 on top, 2 at the bottom, and I gotta say, the layer adds pretty good depth. It looks less boring this way. I had a quick look, and I guess that looks fine for now. This is definitely a winner compared to the 2 builds. Back to the outer line, it's time to place our dirt as well as our new saplings. And there's our first tree. Can't wait for all of these trees to grow. It's gonna look good. Now that we're done with that, it's time to continue with our walls. We're gonna use logs to decorate the backside of this wall, add some depth, add some more layer to it. Alright, that looks decent, right? We're gonna just add 2 more logs at the top left and top right corner. Okay, and probably add some fences in between, that would look good. And there we go, the final design. Stone at the back and some leaves, as well as a lantern. I'm gonna use this design for my entire base. Got my head in the clouds, can't wait to finish the build, but the journey is part of the fun. I added the walls brick by brick, 1 section at a time, starting with the bottom walls. I then begun the second floor. We're using acacia logs and fences on the second layer. Oak at the bottom, just to add a bit of color and differentiation between the floors. I mean, I gotta say, I'm really liking how this looks so far. Now we gotta figure out a slightly more elegant way to go from floor 1 to floor 2. It's staircase building time. And admittedly, building circular staircases, not really good at that. Only a few problems to tackle here. We gotta make sure that it's nice and circular, and number 2, we gotta make sure that we actually fit underneath the stairs without bumping our heads on it. And so far, so good. Fits perfectly. Number 3, we gotta make sure the top edge of the stairs arrive at the second floor perfectly. And after a few tries, we managed to do it right. I just had to rotate the stairs a few times off cam. Now that that's settled, let's add another staircase up here. We'll add a different tree, just to add variety. Okay, both floors are done. Now I wanna show off this super useful tool. It's called the trowel. And what it does is it'll randomly place blocks depending on what you have on your hotbar. This is a super useful tool for adding variety and textures to your floors and walls and your builds. I'm using a mixture of stone bricks, stone, cobblestone, cracked cobblestone, and smooth stone. Although, admittedly, I ended up not liking the smooth stone at all. I didn't figure that out till later though. As you can see, the smooth stone just sort of sticks out like a sore thumb. So upon finishing the build, I took a quick nap first to avoid any creepers from spawning in. Had one look at the work that I've done, liking it so far. I mean, I would normally use andesite and gravel as well, but well, there's no andesite in skyblock, and using gravel was just a little bit too complicated. And here's when I came to the realization that, you know what? Plain vanilla cobblestone actually looks good. Might even be better than the bottom one. I don't know, what do you guys think? Mixed blocks? Or just cobblestone? I decided to leave the second floor with full cobblestone while using the first floor with the mixed blocks, just to add some variety to this build as well. I added my third river/irrigation system, finished up on the top floor, and finally the bottom layer. We're not completely done yet. We still have the outermost ring, the place where we put our trees. I quickly finished that up as well, added my dirt, and added the saplings, and our trees already started to grow on the top right corner. Home stretch, folks. We've only got to do the top left corner. I placed my dirt and the saplings as well, carefully curating which trees goes where to make sure there's color variance between the trees. And voila, we're done. And suddenly, a pillager popped out of nowhere. I thought this would be a great opportunity to actually get some totems of undying since they don't actually drop from the lucky blocks. I got the pillager debuff active on me and approached the villagers hoping a raid would spawn. Unfortunately, I don't think this is considered a village just yet. I even tried placing a bed next to the villagers to make them think this is a village. Nope, no go. Or at least not yet. Hell yeah, one corner absolutely finished. The remaining walls will be quite a bit of work, but we can save that for later. There's a few more things that I want to do before we move on. It's nice to know that we have 1/3 of the base done. 2/3 left and we still got to do the center area. I don't even have a proper place to sleep just yet. I've been sleeping on random beds here and there, but that will change soon enough. Oh, and hey, if it's the first time to the channel, do say hi in the comments section below. You don't have to subscribe if you don't want to. No pressure at all, would just love to hear your comments. On we go. Now that we have a lot more gravel, it's time to actually put them to good use. Too much stone in our build, we need some variation. We managed to get ourselves 5 sacks of coarse dirt, and using our trusted hoe, we turned all of the coarse dirt into regular dirt. Finally, we filled up the center area, added a little moat area, and filled the center bits with dirt. For now, we covered the lucky block underneath. That stuff is cursed. Out of nowhere, a raid suddenly popped up. Well, I guess using that bed actually worked out. Time to grab ourselves some Totem of Undying, although I think these villagers are probably gonna die. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're not gonna survive. I'll try my best, but no promises. Taking care of the pillagers wasn't much of an issue. I mean, I do have overpowered armor, a truckload of super OP hero potions, and not to mention over 15 enchanted golden apples. Nothing to worry about here, folks. Not to mention, the base layout makes it really easy to take care of the ravagers. I got my very first Totem of Undying, and I figured out that none of my villagers survived. Oh well, I guess that was a decent trade. And here comes our second Totem of Undying. I think in total, we got 3, which ain't bad. Missed me there. 2 more raiders, and we're done. We're done. Hero of the village. Except there's not much of a village left. What we do have left though is a set of things to do. I did not realize up to this point that I do not have a single piece of grass block, so that might be a problem. Here's what I want from the lucky blocks: a mangrove sapling, a dark oak sapling, typo right there. I'm gonna need several villagers again, and the grass block part might be a little bit tough since I do not know if they actually spawn from the lucky block. I'd like some more netherite gear, and finally, some extra spawn eggs for my zoo. Now, in case I can't find my grass block, I do have a plan B. Remember that portal that we accidentally spawned far away? Well, there's land, and I'm pretty sure there was grass. But I don't really think that would fit the theme of playing a sky block very well, so if possible, we'll find our grass block here in the nether. I got my first villagers, and I tried to put him in a safe spot. Or so I thought. Managed to get a few more ancient debris, and not long after, we're in luck. More of them. I'm pretty sure I can make full netherite pretty soon. Oh no, chickens, move, move! No, uh-oh, that villager is gonna die. No. Oh well, KFC chicken, barbecue, too bad. Well, luckily the villagers survived. Finally, my very first dark oak sapling. Unfortunately, I'm gonna need 4 of those. I got myself end portal frames again, which means pretty soon, if I have enough of them, I can actually head to the nether. Now that I have a lot of blast protection, I managed to speed up my lucky block farming by just running backwards and placing blocks, not even worrying about the effects, until this happened. This was a bit scary, to be honest. I have no idea what's coming for me. Is there a creeper? Is it just zombies? I was considering drinking one of my hero potions, but decided not to. Might have been a bad idea. You can't really see it here, but I'm just running randomly to one direction and then pillaring up. The part I hate the most is not actually knowing what's chasing me. Pretty sure I'm safe now though. Now that I'm safe, we just gotta wait to see what kind of mobs are waiting for us down below. It sure sounds like there's an army of zombies down there. Oh my gosh. That is a lot of zombies. I'm glad I pillared up. That would have been kind of a problem. Time for a flurry of flaming arrows from up above. Kinda satisfying to watch that in quadruple speed. So much XP laying on the floor. It's as if we just killed an ender dragon. And here's something interesting. I got myself a warden egg. That'll definitely be an interesting showcase at my zoo. I was just about to give up here, man. Day 86, nothing yet. I mean, we got nether portal frames again there, but still no sign of it. But finally, folks, grass block. I was honestly super exhausted from mining all these lucky blocks, and I actually wanted to grab the grass from the overworld, but well, day 86, it's our lucky day. We can finally add some greenery to our base. I pushed on just a while longer to get a few more dark oak saplings. Finally got my final one, and you can see how much more efficient this is by just running around. And there we go, the final dark oak sapling that we needed. We even got second grass block, which isn't really necessary at this point. At this point, we already have a grand total of 26 ancient debris, and look at all the eggs that I could put in my zoo. This will be fun. Not sure if I have enough time to do it on this episode though. I decided to use the wandering trader egg just to see if he can offer something good for my base. Like mangrove. Unfortunately, no luck there, but I did have a lot of mending books, so it's time to just upgrade all of our gear. Unfortunately, I do believe I actually already had boots with mending, so I wasted that enchant there. We do have full mending head to toe, but I don't have any mending on my sword, unfortunately. And check out our coffers. Look at all this loot. So many diamond, gold, and iron blocks. I have some ideas on how to use them, but we'll save that one for later. It's day 87 already. You don't have much time left. We gotta complete the base, and if we have time, hopefully beat the ender dragon. Alright, time to add in the greenery. We're gonna use both grass blocks at the same time just to speed this up. One on the left. Boom, and one on the right. Okay, finally. It's time to build a home. Right there in the middle. Let's put that dark oak we just found to good use. Let's just bone meal it to speed up the process. I want to get a few trees going here. And boom, there we go. First tree. Time to pillar up the walls, leaving 3 blocks in between. And I also installed a new resource pack to make dark oak have that orange sort of color. Alright, that's all done. All we gotta do is fill in the walls. Here's how the trees look with that orange resource pack. Kinda nice. We've got all shades of colors on our trees. And now for the grueling bit. Adding all these walls. It's already day 90. We're starting from the left, and we're using the same oak at the bottom and acacia variant at the top layer. Switching over to the middle of the build, we added the staircase tower on the bottom left and top right, and finally at the bottom left. For the walls on the center part of the build, as in to your right now, we're gonna use jungle blocks at the bottom and dark oak at the top layer. Only a few more wall slots left. It's already day 96. Day 97, literally only 7 walls to do. And finally, we're done with the walls, folks. We're finally done. And yet, I still do not have a home. Let's fix that. It's day 99, and that's when we build our starter house. Does anybody else have the same habit as me? It's like, build yourself an awesome environment, and then the home last. I'll try things in reverse next time. At least the house isn't as basic as the one in our ocean monument. That one was even worse. I added a little bit of elevation for the house just to make it stand out a little bit more. I bone mealed the grass, and I also grabbed all sorts of flowers from the stash, grabbed a shovel, and add some paths to the door. And you know what? Day 100, and we're actually done with the base. The full base. I did not think I would accomplish this much so soon. Although I gotta say, we actually deviated from the plan a bit. The plan was to make a total of 3 layers, but obviously 100 days, apparently, is not enough. Let's have a grand tour of this mini house though. Really, it's just a starter house, folks, but there's a little surprise inside. Not much decoration inside. I'm not much of a book guy, that's why I leave the bookshelves up above where I can't reach the books. Doors on both sides. In case there's a house fire, we can always go out through the other way, you know, safety first. But more importantly, after 100 days, we finally slept in a house. I need to change my habits, including this one. Every time I wake up in real life, this is literally what I do. Nothing. I just lay in bed. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I have to get up because I want to show you one last surprise before we end this episode. This floor actually leads to the end dimension. Although we are technically out of time, you know what? Let's just finish this. And jumping in with the immersive portal add-on is just super fun. A new way of entering the nether. Like so. You just float in, and the fight starts. Even though we got a lot of hero potions and enchanted golden apples, it's always safe to drink a potion of slow falling. My aim today was pretty good. I actually hit most of my shots, which does not happen very often. A few beacons left, and we can get the ender dragon down. I also wanted to try to use one of the potions that I got early on to see if I can use it to defeat the ender dragon. It's called the evil potion. It's like the opposite of our hero potion. And here goes nothing. Let's see how much damage this deals. Did I just damage myself instead? Yeah, I totally did. For some reason, it did not work on the ender dragon. Maybe I did it wrong. Doesn't matter though, I had enchanted golden apples, totem of undying, and even a hero potion. Didn't took me long to take care of the ender dragon with sharpness 5 on my sword and power 5 on my bow. Things were pretty easy. And I love how these shaders look on the ender dragon. If you're wondering what the shaders are called, it's complementary shaders reimagined. Ender dragon dead, tons of XP laying around. I decided not to pick the dragon egg this time, because we actually have so many of them already from the lucky blocks. Let's just leave this one right here. And here's one really cool thing about the immersive portals mod. The only pity is that the portal down here is still a portal. Otherwise, I could do an infinite loop. It's still kind of fun to play around with it though. Here, let's give it a shot. From the overworld to the end dimension, and then straight to the portal again. I just had to do a few tries, folks. This was just way too fun. My first try with immersive portals. I'm wondering if we can do some fun builds with this. Maybe roller coasters that lead into the nether or the end dimension. That would be kind of fun. Ideas for the future. For now, our base is done, floating in the night, but still a lot on my to-do list. I still want to expand our base to 3 layers and add some massive structures on the outside areas. I don't know if the 3rd layer will just be the same like the 2nd one, but I'm thinking I'll do something slightly different. Our TNT farm, I think that might have to go. We already have enough stone as it is. I also want to figure out a way to integrate this base with our skyblock island, and on the next episode, I think it would be fair for us to be able to grab the loot that we've acquired from the 100 days on skyblock. On this floor area here, I do plan to add roads and villager houses. Maybe even a villager breeder on that corner. We'll add some more villager houses at the bottom over here and on this side as well. And on this floor, on the far side, that might be a decent spot for our zoo. So up on top, things are gonna have to change as well. Up over here will be an entirely new platform. We're gonna get rid of the trees and enlarge this area. And back here, right behind the stairs, is where I plan on building some massive structures. That is a whole lot of planning. I hope it's actually feasible to do within 100 days. Oh, and I actually upgraded all my gear to netherite. Recording bugged, I'll fix that later. Anyway though, that encapsulates my difficult adventures in 100 days Minecraft Hardcore Lucky Block Skyblock 1 block. I hope you enjoyed watching the video as much as I enjoyed playing through it. If you actually watched this far, do say hi in the comment section below. Here's my ugly face, and see you guys next time.